exciting news earlier in the week that I noticed, Gooch. When you go to country football, most country football clubs have a football club and a netball club. So a club for the blokes and a club for the girls. Yep. But the Eastern Football League this year is seeking to bring a bit of country feel to local football by launching a netball competition for the 2014 season. Of course, the Netball League will be held at the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre in Knoxfield on Friday nights throughout the footy season. What do you think of that? EFL bringing in a netball competition.
Well, I think other footy competitions have done the same thing. So I'm actually a little bit surprised it had taken the EFL quite a while to start it up, particularly being the size of the competition, size of the league. I would have thought it might have happened a long time ago with the 4 divisions and the 40 clubs. I would have thought there would have been enough players or enough clubs that might have got involved initially to start the netball competition. So it will be quite interesting to see how they started, what lengths you got to go to get the competition involved. And I think it's also a good way to get the partners of the football players involved in the club as well in another capacity. The
guys can play the football and the partners or wives can play the netball.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a place for everyone. Fantastic. So anyway, the Netball League, Eastern Footy League Netball competition will be held at the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre in Knoxfield every Friday night throughout the footy season. And earlier in the week, Eastern Footy League Chief Executive Phil Merton said that the two sports went hand in hand, exemplified by the successful football netball club model in regional areas. And on the line with us now is the manager of the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre in Knoxfield. I speak of Andrew Ferguson. G'day, Andrew.
G'day, guys. Thanks for having me on.
No dramas there, Andrew, and very excited to hear that the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre down at Knoxfield is going to be playing host to the EFL's new Netball League for 2014.
Yeah, well, I guess it's just an exciting time for the region. We're just happy to be involved. The EFL have been thinking about a netball league for a while, but the logistics of it, I guess, it's tough to deal with when clubs don't have their own facilities and the centralised venues are pretty hard to come by. We've recently moved to the area, so we've come from the Southern League, and I've been involved in starting a netball team sort of in the last 18 months, and from a club point of view, it's quite an easy thing to get going, and the rewards are massive, so yeah, we're just excited to be a part of it.
And what is the process involved in starting up the competition?
Yeah, so basically year one, we're looking for about 10 teams minimum, and the competition will grow from there. It's all driven by the clubs, so I'd encourage any girls who are interested in playing to seek out a club, or if they're already involved with a club, push at club level to get a team up and running. There's a lot of hard-working volunteers at clubs, and they might resist taking on something new, but I'd really stress that it doesn't take much work, especially if you find the right girls to sort of drive it for you. And at my club, we've sort of experienced that in a year's time, we're looking down the barrel of having 2 teams this year. We've got girls sitting on our committee. Our social functions have gone through the roof. There's a real family atmosphere at the club now. So, yeah, I'd really encourage all clubs to get behind it.
And of course, what's the response been like so far since the announcement of the EFL running their own netball competition?
Yeah.
Of course, obviously you're excited by the development, thinking that this maybe has the ability to help grow participation and community engagement for both sports.
Yeah, exactly. From what I'm hearing, the interest so far is great. Obviously, a lot of that interest is going through the clubs and the league, and we're sort of got our ear to the ground there. But within our centre, we've obviously got competitions that run through the week, and the girls there are quite excited. And again, if clubs are looking for players, we can direct those girls to you. Just let us know. I guess one of the exciting things is that this competition is going to be played on a Friday night, as opposed to a few other competitions in Metro Melbourne that have netball leagues. It's an opportunity for the footy players, the club officials, the supporters to get behind the girls on a Friday night. I guess the strength of our venue is that we're on Ferntree Gully Road. We're 5 minutes off Eastlink. People are going to be coming home from work, drop in, watch the girls play netball, or coming home from dinner for a late game and watch the girls. So, yeah, it's all positive.
We obviously in the Eastern Football League we have an EFL radio commentary team led by the media manager of the Eastern Football League, Ben Waterworth. I'm wondering whether we could have a EFL netball commentary team to commentate some of these netball games on a Friday night.
Definitely a possibility, and I will say that Ben does a terrific job. Again, being new to the area, I'm blown away by the amount of coverage on the EFL website for the footy league mainly, and the number of articles going up, and it's an amazing thing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if you get some commentary, some post-match interviews, anything out of the league.
And with the competition, so if you've already mentioned, sorry about it, but when are we planning to start the competition, and how long do you intend for it to go for? Will it go through the entire EFL season?
Yeah, so we'll start it a little bit later, just because in April, on Friday, you've got Good Friday, and I think Anzac Day falls on a Friday as well. So we'll probably use April as a sort of a grading period, a pre-season tournament. And then the competition proper will kick off the first Friday in May, run throughout the football season. The finals will coincide with the footy finals. There may be a few Fridays off throughout the season for, say, the Queen's birthday long weekend and that kind of thing. Same with the footy. So, yeah, that's sort of how it'll run.
And also the concept of this new netball competition has been driven by clubs which have seen the benefits of the two sports combining in other competitions. Obviously there's been a lot of discussion from clubs to the EFL regarding netball over the last few years, and a number of EFL clubs have already had pre-existing relationships with local netball clubs. So I think the EFL are definitely onto a winner here, Gooch, with their own netball league.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a logical decision to get the partners of the players involved with the club.
How many teams have you got so far for the first season there, Andrew? I think Phil Merton, the CEO of the EFL, said that they were aiming for an 8 to 10 team competition in the first year.
Yeah, I think that's a realistic aim at this point. Still, obviously, it's only been released a week ago, and clubs are sort of putting together teams and looking at who they can get to drive it. So at this stage, I can't give you any official numbers, but obviously with 40 plus teams in the footy competition, and over the next few years, a long-term plan, well, this thing's only going to grow from here. Again, coming from the Southern League, I think year one they started with 7 teams, year 2 got 25 teams, and this year I assume is going to be even bigger. So, I guess you've got to start somewhere, and 8 to 10 teams is probably a good aim for year one.
I definitely look forward to seeing how this EFL Netball League plays out over the 2014 season. And we appreciate you, Andrew, joining us briefly on 3WBC this morning, and look forward to speaking again during the season as the netball competition progresses down there at the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre at Knoxville.
No problem, guys. Thanks for your time.
Good on you, Andrew. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Bye.
Andrew Ferguson, the manager of the Eastern Indoor Sports Centre down at Knoxville there, and playing host to the EFL's netball competition for the first time this year in 2014. Should be an exciting one there. But there you go, Gooch, you're a netball fan. You might have to head out there. I know Ben Carbonara is all over the netball, and we'll have to speak to Benny Carbonara again over the netball league.
He can lead your commentary team.
He can lead our commentary team because he's doing a bit of work with Netball Australia. But